Welcome back to this wonderful, nourishing space, and I'm so glad you're here. Today we're diving into the vibrant, expansive, super yang-filled season of summer through the lens of traditional Chinese medicine, where we're going to explore what to eat, how to live, how to align your body and spirit with nature's rhythm. And this is going to be a lengthy talk, chit-chat. So I have a lot of notes on my screen, so that's what I'm doing if I'm not looking straight at the camera. All right, in TCM, each season is connected to an element, an organ system, and a spirit. So summer belongs to the fire season. The organ paired with this is the heart and small intestine. The emotion that's connected to summertime is joy, and the spiritual aspect is your Shen, our consciousness, our presence, and our emotional expansion in the world. So let's talk a little about how to eat in a way that supports your heart, calms your Shen, and helps you thrive through the hottest and most expansive part of the year. I needed to put the hair up, it was all up in my face. Anywho, so summer, peak yang energy, hot, bright, fast, expressive, expansive. In nature, plants are blossoming, flowers are flowering, fruits are ripening, and everything is expanding outward from its original form. In our bodies, yang energy is to the surface, toward the skin, the pores, the sweat. Everything is coming closer to our exterior of the body to release heat, to temperature regulate, and also, mostly that's what it's for. But it's a time of activity, connection, celebration, but also a time when the heart is most vulnerable because of how close everything is to the exterior. In TCM, the heart doesn't just pump blood, it houses a spirit called our Shen. When the heart is in balance, we feel joy, we feel clarity, we feel peace in our mind and our heart and our body. But when it's not, it can feel scattered, it can feel anxious and even overheated, literally and emotionally. So summer nutrition isn't just about cooling the body, it's also about protecting the heart, calming the mind, and staying connected to joy without burning out. Because overjoy, too much joy, can also be a bad thing in TCM. So what do we eat in summer? There's a few things. I'm going to go over 3 things, I think, like the big 3 things to kind of focus on. Number 1, flavor, light, cooling, and hydrating foods. The fire element is really hot in nature, so we want to bring in the moistening, fluid, calm yin part into our diet. Think cucumbers, watermelons, leafy greens, berries. In the herbal section, it can be more like mint, chrysanthemum, mung beans, green tea. These foods help clear heat, generate fluids, and support the body's natural sweating and detox. Don't go too cold. I know it's super hot, and like the urge to drink iced teas, iced lattes, and like iced anything, ice creams. In the modern wellness, people jump to ice drinks and raw salads in summertime, but in TCM, having too much of cold can weaken your digestion and make things worse in the long run because you're feeding too much cold that your body's internal heating system can't warm up in the way that it needs to. And balancing raw foods with light cooking and steaming, blanching, or even warmer dressings to avoid overdoing the ice and cooling your internal system down way too much and way too fast. Eating in rhythm with the sun is a really cool one. So eat your largest meal when the sun is the highest, around noon, when digestive fire is the strongest, and keep dinners light and early, supporting good sleep and heart harmony. So if you're eating late, I know in the Desi world, in Indians, we definitely eat a lot later, like 9, 10 almost. So we want to push that all the way up to eating before 7 p.m. and keeping those dinners light and like not super carby and like heavy. Now that we have that, let's focus on some heart nourishing foods. Foods that support blood circulation, calm the Shen, and help us feel emotionally centered. Kind of cool thing about TCM world is they think that eating the specific color of food also plays a huge role. So red is the summer color, and so red foods align with the fire element. So you want to try things like goji berries that nourish the blood and calm the Shen. Red dates strengthen the spleen and heart. And then hawthorn berries aid in digestion and increase blood flow. There's some heart calming foods, lotus seeds, which tonifies and nourishes the heart and calms your Shen. Logan fruit is sweet, warming, and good for anxiety and insomnia. And then lily bulb moistens the lung and calms the spirit. Some other fluids and soups that you can add in summertime that are light are miso soup with seaweed, watermelon juice, fresh, not icy, and barley or mung bean soup for clearing summer heat if you have way too much heat buildup. These are all gentle and supportive and deeply balancing, and isn't going to sway your body in one extreme or the other. Some of the herbal teas. Tea is medicine in TCM, and I'm going to make a series of like things for nourishing teas a little later, and like how to make them and how to set this whole ritual up for tea time daily. But for now, I'm just going to pop in some that you could try for now. So summertime favorites. You can do mix and matching of a bunch of them, but there's 4 that I have listed here so far. There's chrysanthemum and goji berry tea, which is going to clear a lot of the emotional heat that gets built up within us when we're suppressing emotions, and nourishes our eyes. Mint and honeysuckle tea clears if you get like a heat stroke type of thing. You've been out in the sun all day and you want to clear some of that exterior heat that came in. Yeah, mint and honeysuckle tea would be a really good one for that. Or even like a summertime cold that you got from being outside for too long in the heat. Lotus leaf tea can help with supporting your digestion in the summertime. And then mung bean soup or tea, again, excellent for heat stroke prevention and detox in the body. Always sip teas at like warm to room temperature. You want to avoid drinking them cold and with meals, and or way too hot in temperature, because I know folks that drink it like straight out of the kettle and you're like burning your mouth while you're drinking it. So all right, let's jump into summer inviting us to eat more socially. Picnics, gatherings, shared meals. This is very much aligned with the heart energy, connection, laughter, community. But let's not forget about moderation here, because excess heat can easily lead to agitation, insomnia, inflammation, and an upset digestive system. So to implement some of your own daily habits, you can eat slowly. Huge one for a lot of people that I see. Eating slowly, chewing your food thoroughly. So like every time you take a bite, at least 30 chews before you swallow. And I know that's a hard one for all the fast eaters out there. Avoid overeating. When you're eating slowly and chewing your food thoroughly, you also avoid this because you can feel how full you are rather than just downing however much you think you can down till your stomach is like absolutely full and you can't have any more. Like that's overeating. But you want to avoid greasy, spicy food as always. And practice mindfulness at mealtime. So you're not watching something, no stress, you're not eating on the go. These are all daily habits that you can start implementing and that aren't super summer specific, but can help in the long run with your digestion and all of that. Because it's summer and heat stroke is prevalent, let's run through some summer heat symptoms that you want to look out for. That you have way too much heat in your body and you don't need to have any additional heat coming in. Mouth ulcers. If you get mouth ulcers, you have too much heat unprocessed emotions or something like that going on in your chest and heart. Red face and tongue, night sweats, emotional volatility like mood swings left, right, and center. If this happens, focus on clearing heat, cooling the blood, and calming the Shen. This might look like having watermelon and mung bean soup, or putting in a daily chrysanthemum tea. You can also do acupressure things. So on heart 7, so on your wrist, on the pinky edge side, there is a ligament right on the crease of your wrist. You're on the inner side of that ligament, and you can just press there for like 30 seconds. That one is to calm your heart down and clear some heat and all of that, and really good for insomnia. So that one, and or another one that I've shown you already is 3 finger spaces down in between the 2 ligaments in the middle of your wrist area on the forearm. That one has so many benefits. If you ever feel stressed out, nauseous, or you feel like you just need like a grounding thing, you can press that. Super easy. And yeah, summer is a time of joy, but joy can tip into overexcitement very easily. And the key here is balance. Celebrating the season while staying grounded, hydrated, and heart-centered. So let your food be simple, seasonal, what is growing right now, and soothing. So let your meals be joyful and not hurried, and let your Shen feel safe and peace in your body. And remember, in TCM, food is medicine. So eating in alignment with nature is the first and most loving act of self-care that you can practice in summertime. I have a quick overview, obviously, so if you have any questions on what types of food, how to prepare herbs or anything like that to put into for summertime, please comment that below, let me know, and I will make a separate video on that if there are any questions. So until Sunday, I'm going to try doing videos twice a week for the next little bit and see how that goes. Holding myself accountable here, so see ya on Sunday. Till next time, bye.